Welcome to the Knowledge Find IT viewers. Today we are going to learn about some topic regarding the career guidance. If you want to get a job in the QA automation field, you need to prepare for the QA automation concepts. Let's see what are the questions. Normally in 2025, there are a lot of software companies asking several questions regarding some technologies. First, we learn about the Selenium UI test automation questions, common questions. You need to prepare for that. First, the interviewers will ask about the XPath. You should know how to write the relative XPath and the actual XPath using locators, and you need to use some contains functions, and you should learn about the parent and sibling in the XPath writing. After that, upon the Selenium, you should learn about the alerts handling in Selenium. If in the web page there are a lot of pop-up messages, so to handle that you need to learn about alerts and the iframes. And they will ask about multi-browser windows. So if you're testing in the Windows application, they will ask about, are you familiar with my MS Explorer or the Windows related Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. So you need to learn about that. And DOMS related, document object modeling related handling, you should study in Selenium. And another thing is coming under weights. There are two types of weights in Selenium: explicit weight, fluent weight, and the WebDriver default weight. So you should differentiate about the explicit weight and the implicit weight. So they will ask the questions regarding the weight mechanism, and they will ask some exceptions. If you are not putting any weights in your automation script, what will happen? Like that, they will ask the question during the interview session. And another Selenium is they will ask about the framework structure you have developed in your previous companies, like page object model, or the hybrid model, or the data-driven model. So you need to explain deeply about the test structure, the folders like the pages, utilities, configures, files, data providers. So you should explain the separation and the concerns of the structure of the each files. And another thing, they will ask about the execution. How can you execute the test script under your test file? You need to tell about the test ng and what are the groups under test ng, the data providers. If you want to run the data from the Excel, you need to provide some annotation like add data providers. You need to use the Apache code. So you should learn about those things and add factory annotation. So those are the things they will ask upon the parallel execution. And another thing, after completion of regarding the Selenium, after they will ask about the integration with the Jenkins or any other CI/CD pipeline. So you can tell about the Jenkins or any other extend repos you used regarding the parallel execution or the execution of the test results. You need to make sure what are the reports you integrated with your test script. You can say like you use the extended report or Jenkins, like that you can answer to the interview question. So coming under the Selenium, those are the example questions they will ask regarding the UI test automation. So for the mobile automation, if you are going for the interview for the mobile automation, you should know about the device name, like the Android hybrid device or the iOS device. So you should learn about what are the tools and technologies now in 2025, what are the tools and technologies they are using to automate different mobile OS operating system versions. So you should learn about some names like UI Automated 2, Espresso, XCUI Test. Those are the automation names. And also there's aspect in the mobile elements. You can use the Appium inspector to inspect the mobile elements, and also another thing to inspect the mobile elements in the Android, you can use the UI Automator viewer. So you should learn about the UI Automator viewer and how can you inspect the mobile elements in your Android phone. So those are the things you should learn about the native app, hybrid app, handling, and the switching context. You can display the native app using the web view. So you should learn about how to handle that situation. And another thing, the usability testing under the mobile automation also. You can tell about the gesture automation. How can you scroll it and swipe it, tap it, drag it, touch sections? How can you automate those touch sections? They will ask in your mobile automation interview. And they will ask if you are using some of the emulators, real emulators, simulators, when you are doing the manual testing, they will ask about that application name. You can say like parallel device execution using the Appium server or the Appium video, so you can answer to the interview question. And another thing is they will finally ask about the CI integrations. So for the mobile automation, you can integrate with the browser stack. You need to pay upon your company name, then you can use it. You can use the emulators like different type of operating system. You can use the emulators, and you can use the mobile CI integration using the source labs. So another topic is the tool is rest assured. You can use this tool for the API test suite generation to create the API requests like get, post methods. You can use this API tool for the token handling. They will ask some question upon the association using regarding some matches like equal to, contain string, hash items. So they will ask related questions. And also you should learn about the JSON path and the XML path, and also another schema validation also they will ask the question regarding the schema validation. And you should know how to lock the filters and get the custom request and the response, locking the spec builders. So there are two types of spec builders. One is getting the request, another one is getting the response. So, and also you should learn about the parameterization using the TestNG data provider or the external files regarding the REST API test suite automation. So under this API automation, they will ask these type of questions during the interview. So another thing is Playwright. For the web automation, now in 2025, all of us are using this easy tool. The tool name is Playwright because it allows the auto waiting for elements. So you should not wait for the manual waits. So that is easy to handle. You can avoid the exception when you are running the testers. So it supports the cross-browser support like the Chromium or the Firefox or the WebKit. So it will easy for the UI automation, web automation. And also it supports API testing and the UI testing. And also you can run the script using the headless mode and the headful mode. Headful mode means that will integrate with the browser. Headless mode, which means that's only execute the code, and also it supports the parallel execution of the test script. And finally, you can integrate the CI pipeline with any of the CI/CD tools. For the test generator in the Playwright, you can use the code gen. So you should learn about the code gen, how to generate the test under the Playwright. So some test design pattern also they will ask under the interview. They will ask like page object model, how can you identify the UI element, and how can you reuse the UI elements, and what are the way to create the factory pattern, and the driver browser initiation, and the singleton pattern. If you are using the singleton pattern to initiate the driver, how can you initiate the singleton pattern? So that is the way they will ask the question under the test design patterns. And another thing is Cucumber BDD framework. So regarding the automation concept, they will ask about some human readable framework. So that is the Cucumber. So feature files, those are the readable file and the testable file. So the keywords are in a simple English. So the user can understand the common utility of the steps. In Cucumber, there are a lot of hooks are available. Add before annotations, add after annotation, add before step annotation, and after step annotation. So it is reusable, and you can share the context between each steps, and the dependency also very clear about the parallel execution, and also it provide the data-driven framework. So you can create the scenario for the test cases. You can create this test scenario. For an example, you can create the test scenario for the login. Under the test scenario, you can provide the test cases. So if you would like to test with several test data, you can integrate the JSON file format or the Excel file format with your test script. So those are the concepts under the Cucumber. Another tool is JMeter. So for the performance testing, JMeter is a tool. You can create several thread groups, which means the virtual users, and you can check the simulating load in the daytime and the nighttime, and the ramp up time and the duration. So you need to send the sample request using the get pause put method, and you can test it. And also you should learn about the assertions and the response time status code you are getting from the JMeter. You should know about the status code and what is the meaning of the status code, and how can you create the summary report under the JMeter also you should learn. And also the parameterization using a CSV file and the configuration also you should know about that. And also JMeter also supports the parallel execution, so you can learn about the multiple machines. So and also you can integrate the Jenkins with your CI/CD pipeline. So that is the major thing they will ask upon this JMeter. So another tool is Git. Git is normally using for the collaboration tool, and it's used for the CI/CD pushing. So you can clone the code, pull the code, push the code. So they will ask some Git command, how to initiate the Git, and how to rebash the Git, and how can you create the branches upon the Git, and those concepts they will ask. And also you need to create the pull request. How can you create the pull request? When your team asks the pull request, you need to create the pull request. So you should know about how to create the pull request under the JIT. And also some commit messages. How can you pass the commit messages? So for the quick fixes. So likewise, you need to know about several things under the JIT. And also creating the reports or the logs under the GitHub also you should learn. And another thing, CI/CD automation pipeline. For the CI/CD automation pipeline, several companies are now using Azure DevOps. You should learn about how to trigger the test execution, how to commit and pull the request every day, and parameterize the build and the environment variables also you should know. And also some email alerts failures also happens due to the automation pipeline. So you should learn about that. And the final thing is the AI in testing. So now they will ask some AI related testing. So they will ask the question like some validation, visual regression testing, validations, and the flat key test detection using some test analytic tool. You can say about the launchable testing. Those are the tools. They will identify the flat key test. And also test case generation. You can use the generative AI for the test case generation. And some automation tool like Catalan, testing, functionize. Those are the self-healing script. You can mention the tools automatically. They will update the locators when the UI changes. So you can test it manually and they will update it upon the script under the testing. So another one is LLM like the ChatGPT and Gemini. They will automatically summarize the test runs and suggesting the cases and generating the normal plain English report for the test as a test report. So those are the concepts under the AI in testing. So that is the optional one. Normally in 2025 they will ask some AI testing related questions under the interview session. Another thing is normal communication, soft skills, domain knowledge. So you should clear about how to communicate and the collaboration, team collaboration, product thinking, time management, domain knowledge, feedback gathering, growth of mindset, and ability to learn more, leadership. So those are the soft skills. They will ask some question regarding those skill and the domain knowledge. So those are the rough idea. You should know those kind of technology and skill before preparing and attending the interview. So let's meet in another video. Thank you. Bye.